Hello, everyone. It's another episode of Travel the World as a Speaker, and I literally just spilled water on me. So sorry about that. Can I cover that up? I know, I just spilled water on me. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Anyway, I hope you are doing well, because today we're going to talk about why your talk won't get you booked. I know. That's it's like a big one, because a lot of people, we think that we have this amazing talk, and as soon as we put it out there into the world, everybody's gonna want it. Now, I've spent a couple of years as someone who was on the other side of pitches and book speakers, and I'm just gonna give you just a little bit of my point of view when it comes to your talk and why it's not getting you booked and things you can do to change that. Now, of course, this is Travel the World as a Speaker, where we talk about leveraging speaking so that you can travel. And if you want to travel the world through speaking, you got to have something good to say. I know, you got to have something good to say. So we're going to go a little bit over through that. I am your host, Phylecia Jones, and this is brought to you by iFind, where we actually go out and research and find speaking opportunities for people who want to market their businesses on stage. So you can go check us out at ifindyouclothes.com. And we're coming to you live here on Instagram and YouTube. And that's about it. Now, I usually start this show with a little bit of a travel story. And I have been working really hard. I know I'm sucking at this. I really am, because I know I'm supposed to have this travel story all prepped and ready for you to go. But I have been working, so my brain has been distracted. But I will tell you this, I am getting a little antsy. We've talked about this before, but I'm getting so antsy because I am ready. I am ready to go somewhere. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I am missing the beach right now. I'm not a beach person because I kind of get a little bored after a day, but I miss outdoor dining and being able to just kind of view the ocean. I will say my last major international trip, so maybe this is a travel story, was Costa Rica. Oh my God. Now, it wasn't for a speaking gig. It was after a speaking gig. I completed my second TEDx talk at the end in November of 2019. So November 2019, and I reached out to a friend and I said, look, we got all these points, send me somewhere. And I gave her log into all my things and figure out what you can find. I paid her and she found Costa Rica all inclusive from our credit card. Oh my gosh, the best thing I ever did, because I got off the stage. Did we come home that night? No. Got off the stage, hung out that night, got on the road the next day, and the next day and the day after that, we got on an airplane to go to Costa Rica. And that was kind of finishing off one of the epic, probably one of the most epic seasons I had of speaking, because I was on an airplane every other week going somewhere to speak, and it was nuts. It was nuts. So one thing I will say, if you are going to be doing a lot of traveling with speaking, make sure you decide when your break season is. And when you hit that season, you are done. You're not speaking anymore. You take a beautiful vacation from all the work that you've done and go somewhere like Costa Rica. So Costa Rica was my sleep trip. I call these sleep trips because it's I'm finally going away, and all I did was sit by the beach and sleep, sit by the pool and sleep, get into bed and sleep, eat, then go back to sleep. It was magical. It was magical. But Costa Rica was so amazing because we did some rafting. No, it was tubing. We tubed a river. We hiked up to some volcanoes. It was probably, I'm in love with Costa Rica. So I'm thinking at the end of every major season of speaking, it's time for me to get to Costa Rica and just hang out and enjoy all things Costa Rica. So that is the travel story. Just making sure you plan in your travel to take a break from all of the other things that you had to do so that you could travel. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move into your talk. Now, for those of you who are leveraging speaking so you can travel the world, grow your business, build your authority, whatever it is, the thing you have to remember is sometimes your talk is not enough. It really isn't. Your talk isn't enough. There are so many elements that go to speaking. Now, because we've seen people who've been on stage, they were just kind of I did okay, I can do better than that. But there's so many bits and pieces to getting on stage. And I'm just going to give you my perspective from one being a speaker and for somebody who booked the speakers as well. One, let's just go into this talk, your talk title, everything. You have to remember that as a speaker coordinator, as an event host, as somebody who is booking the speakers, they probably see your talk all the time. And I know you are thinking, hey, these three things podcast, how are you doing? And I know you are thinking that, okay, my talk is the most unique talk ever, and my story is the most unique story ever. And I hate to crush a whole bunch of dreams. Sometimes it's not. Ooh, it sometimes is not. But having your different perspective on a topic, having your different perspective on a topic with your story, that's what's going to get you booked. But also doing the research to figure out what it is that they are looking for. That's why you have to remember. You have to remember, just because you have a talk alone is not enough. And sometimes with a lot of talks, I say go back to, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the clickbait type titles do work when you're pitching. Clickbait titles, things that'll get people to come to your session, to get people to book you. And I say go and kind of study the world of copywriting. Hey, go and study the world of copywriting, because they have the formula down as to what your title should look like so that people can be interested in you. I know that, I mean, sometimes we don't put all of these things. I mean, for all of us who blog, who have podcasts, who do these things, all of it blends together. You know, we try to think that these are all separate things, like speaking is separate from podcasting, separate from blog posting. It kind of is, it's doing the same thing in different mediums, but that one thing that stays the same is the title of that talk. When you are pitching it, remember, you got to pitch something that makes people want to know more about you, or whatever transformation that you're bringing to an audience. It has to be interesting enough for me to book you. So sometimes if you have a talk like, you know, for instance, how to live your best life, that may not be good enough. It may not be good enough because all of us think we have the formula for living the best life. But if you came in with a title like, no, I know the exact formula. No kidding. All these other people have lied to you. I have the real formula to the best life. Like, okay. Or I have the real formula to the best life as a mom, the best life as, you know, living the best life as a podcaster who's a mom. You know, getting very specific about who you are addressing when you're pitching, it really does help. It really does help, because as someone who reads those, I need to know that you understand my audience. You understand that your talk can speak to my audience. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to find things that will move my audience and make them love you, make them love me, so that I don't get fired from a job. That is the biggest thing you really want to pay attention to. And then also these other elements when it comes to speaking is not just your talk. It's not just your talk at all. Sometimes we think just get a talk and then put it out to the world, we're going to get booked. It's everything. It's your website. It's how you deliver the talk. Ooh, I know. Big difference. How you deliver the talk. You know, your presence on stage, your photos, your videos, your testimonials, all of these things go into you getting on stage. And then they go into you getting on better and better stages. So I'm not saying that in the beginning, if you're starting out, what you have is not good enough. No, 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 no. The thing is, start where you are. If all you have is a talk, you're just going to start where you are. Try to get on stages now, and then each time keep improving, because you're going to learn. I mean, every stage is a lesson learned, and you're going to learn each time what works, what doesn't work, what's hitting in the certain places, what's not hitting, which pitch worked, which pitch didn't work. All of these are just going to be learning lessons so that you can get on better and better stages. You become a better and better speaker. And then you get to a point where people, they don't care what you talk about. They just want you in the room. That's it. That is your goal. It's like, I just want to book you because I like your hair. I don't know. So that's what I want you to start thinking about as a speaker. Sometimes it's not just your talk alone, okay? It's not just your talk. Your talk needs to be able, first, to be able to capture someone's attention. If you're sending out applications, if you're sending out cold emails, you got to remember all of this matters. All of it matters. When they go back to your website, they see what you talk about, which things can address their audience. It all matters. It's not your talk alone that's going to get you on stage, okay? I want you to remember that everything you do plays a role. So go ahead and learn how to do it. Be a better copywriter. I know clickbait titles suck, but sometimes you might need a little clickbait in your life. So because we need people to clickbait so we can get booked. I know. So we want to just learn all these things. So and also just be a student of your craft. You're going to keep learning everywhere you go from every little bits and piece and get creative. Get as creative as you can because remember, your goal as a speaker is to stand out. Is to stand out when you send that email, to stand out when you send that application. When somebody finally opens that email, is to stand out so they say, you know what? I want to know more. When they go to your website, it's to stand out so much. It's like, okay, this person is interesting. I'm going to respond back. That is your only job as a speaker, to stand out as much as you can. All right. That's all I have for you. I know it's going to be a short one. I just wanted to get straight to the point to let you know what it's going to take for you to get on stage. And it's not just your talk, okay? It's not just your talk. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comment box here on Instagram and on YouTube. I will make sure an answer appears. Now, for those of you who are still interested in iFind You Close, go check us out at ifindyouclose.com because I'm just letting you in on a secret. We're about to release a new course for members only. And it's all about organizing your speaking career. So I'm about to like drop how to keep up with everything and give you like some back end tools so that you will never miss another speaking opportunity. So excited, so excited, so excited. Yay! You have no idea. I'm so excited about that. All right. With that, that's all I have for you. So for my lovelies here on Instagram, I appreciate you for being here. These Three Things podcast. Oh, that is a tongue twister. These Three Things podcast. These Three Things podcast. I need to say that over and over again. But thank you for being here. And These Three Things podcast actually did a speaker assessment. So I got to see what they are doing so they can get on more stages. So excited to see what happens. So take care of yourself. I'm going to sign off here. I'll see you tomorrow. And for everyone else here, you know I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and be sure to remember it's not just your talk that's going to get you booked. So take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye.